Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday of your very first week of Studio and English 121. It has been so much fun to get to know all of you in the Introductions discussion board. And I just want to say one quick thing before I give you a tour of week two's content. So some of you in the discussion boards have been talking about how already it's a little confusing to pull apart Studio from English 121. And I want to reassure you that that is perfectly normal. I teach these classes on campus at Westminster and at Brighton every semester, and I can assure you that even when I am face-to-face with students and I am in class with them and constantly giving them reminders, it's still confusing to figure out what is due when for which class, because you've got two classes about the same subject with the same teacher. So I completely understand that it gets confusing. So one of the things I really want to encourage you to do is to take advantage of these checklists. So let's turn our attention to week two. So I will release content for both courses, for English 121 and for Studio, on Fridays, usually around noon. So every Friday you will get a preview of the week ahead. So technically the week doesn't start until Monday, but I want to give you Friday afternoon, Saturday, and Sunday to get a head start on the week ahead. It also gives you some time to kind of compare the two courses and see how they're fitting together. Because again, everything we do in Studio is designed to complement and support the work that you do in English 121. So you really need to know where we're headed in 121 so that the work we do here in Studio also makes sense. So every week I will put up a new news item here in this section, and you'll really want to go to content. That's where everything lives. So I link everything from these other sections, from the checklists, the discussions, the drop boxes, the quizzes. All of those are linked in content. So content is, of course, where you find your syllabus, where you find formal assignment guidelines, where you have all kinds of helpful resources and videos, but also you'll see everything is organized by week. So if we go to week two, which technically starts on Monday, June 6th, and runs until Sunday, June 12th, let's go ahead and take a look at week two. So each week is organized into an overview and checklist section and an assignments and materials section. So the assignments and materials are where I am linking the things that you will need to do. But in order to know what to do and in what order to do them, go to the checklist. So there's a way to get to the checklist from the black navigation toolbar up here at the top of your screen, but they are embedded in each week's content. So let's go ahead and click on week two Studio activities and assignments. And you'll see that I have given you a list of all the things that you need to do this week or this coming week. And they're typically listed in the order that it makes sense to do them in. So it says here, get started early on your English 121 homework, and that is true. So you will want to head over to English 121, complete the learning activity quiz that's over there on essay elements. It looks at introductions, conclusions, body paragraphs, and thesis statements. And you will also want to jump into that pre-writing discussion board over in English 121, because this week in Studio, what we're going to do is do a mini writing workshop. So in English 121, we'll have more formal writing workshops where you will share fully developed drafts of your essays. And in Studio, we'll have smaller versions of that, so you'll get a head start. You can actually get feedback from each other here in Studio and then work on revising those drafts before you take them to English 121 and share them with your classmates there. So I would definitely start by heading over to the English 121 course and working your way through those activities as quickly as possible. And then I would just jump in and start writing your rough draft of essay number 1. So you'll see I have a tour of that assignment over in the English 121 course and a lot of information about it. I would start working on your rough draft because by Wednesday of this coming week, week 2, you'll need to have a rough draft of part of it ready for Studio. So next up, participate in our Writing Strengths and Challenges discussion board. There's a link to that right here in the checklist. There's also a link back in the main part of the week 2 content here. And that's just a chance for you to get to talk to each other about writing. What do you do well? What are the things that you are challenged by? So technically it's not due until Friday, but that's the second part of the assignment. So your original post is due by Wednesday. Your responses to your classmates' posts are due on Friday. There's also a Healthy Paragraphs Learning Activity Quiz. That one is due June 7th, which is Tuesday, because it makes sense to really think about paragraph development before you work on your rough draft of your essay. And then here I've got a video that you need to watch on writing workshops in general. It's also posted in the week 2 content section. There's a PowerPoint, but you probably want to watch the video version. It's easier to just have me walk you through it. And then you'll want to read the guidelines for a mini workshop in Studio. And then you'll want to upload your rough draft. And it's just a portion of the formal essay. So don't think you have to write the whole thing. That is not at all what you have to do yet. We're just going to workshop a portion of it. So you'll upload that to the workshop discussion board. You will then respond to your partner that I will assign to you. So you'll upload your short draft, and the instructions are all on the discussion board by Wednesday. And then you will respond to someone in class by Friday. And then you'll have a chance to spend some time revising that, because on week 3, we'll start week 3 off in English 121 with our actual workshop of the full rough draft. So that's a whirlwind tour of what we are doing during week 2 in Studio. If you have any questions, just let me know. You can always send me an email right up here with this email function button here. You can give me a call if you want to. I get that through email as well. And you can certainly make time to come to the Westminster campus to meet with me anytime you want to chat face-to-face. Okay, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. We've had a great first week. It has been my pleasure to get to know all of you, and I will talk with you soon. Bye.